but other than that, Tiny is also 6 slotted, but is just playing better than Execration, right? Well, they just got a little bit overconfident. Ball is reaching their peak timing here with completely maxed out heart as well. They're just out tanking Execration. I already said it in the laning stage. How do you beat a team that goes crazy for kills? You just be so tanky. You get cheese, and that's exactly what happened. And now we're gonna see if set of racks here. Global Silence comes out. The Doom gets used onto Abed, and they're actually able to take him out this time around. He doesn't have. Oh, he actually goes invis. They don't have detection. No, what Envy? Envy still survives. Where's the detection? How does no one have detection? They have a sentry here, but he was just. They didn't drop a sentry. Envy lived. They just thought they already killed him or something. Didn't drop the sentry in time, and big error there. Dead there as well. That could open up the map so much for them. Instead, he gets away, sneaks away on the skin of his teeth. Now Nando with a haste rune. He 3 times toss charges. Raging Potato is still so farm for an ogre, but the game is entirely evened out now. Alright, they need to outmaneuver Fnatic. Now, the main win condition here for Fnatic is Carl doesn't have buy and expect Fnatic to play around it. Summed up to one thing, it's just game understanding. Fnatic is showing a better game understanding than Execration. This goes down to just having smarter, longer. I mean, it sounds bad, right? Just say that it's just, I mean, it's kind of a fact. Maybe not, as Lumic's pretty smart, right? He's still 26 in. But just with the coaching as well, they have Adam 3. They're just making the better decisions come late game. Really well up until these heroes here. Give this Aegis to Fnatic, and then of course that big throw from Nando. Bit by bit. And it seems like once they lose control of the game, they just are lost. While Fnatic, they're very comfortable. And 12k net worth behind, 15k net worth behind, with Iraq's missing. That's where Envy thrives. And now Envy building for absolute item pickup. So we're going to have 2 hearts here on Fnatic. This is the most hearts I think I've ever seen. You got a heart on Envy coming out soon. And PL, of course. Alright. Abed. It's actually... speaking of items, Kara will pick up a Abyssal Blade and is completely buy out for it, as he still won't have buyback for 2 minutes. Roshan is up, by the way. It's just spawned. Envy. Gonna walk in the pit, and he's gonna start. And Execration have to know this. Someone has to keep the timing. If they that Fnatic can just brute force end the game, and they might actually just get it here. To be aware at all, Rosh is already less than half. They're not gonna make it in time, and this might be disastrous. That's Aegis. That's cheese. That's refresher shot. But Envy is getting thrown in there. What is this? It's a freaking toss spree from Nando. He's just throwing pins. And in the backline here, PL gonna go for Abed. He did. Since the Doom is already gone, DJ will be the. He's in a lot of trouble here. Lumic gets taken out. Ohio is unkillable. Yash will get taken out as well. That's 2 kills for the Aegis, and in 14 seconds he also has reincarnation again, and now to be won, so he already backed himself away. Long also backed up to the top lane, will defend against these creeps. They do trade. Fnatic got that Aegis, they got the cheese as well, and Ohio gonna head straight down mid. Alright, they're stacking up hearts and Mjolnirs. Out for Fnatic. but you can see how incredibly well it's working against Execration, who already lacked these beefy heroes. Call these the big Wraith King, big boy Abed on the Timbersaw, as well as, of course, the biggest boy of them all, the and of course, you can see what a gold swing this was. They were almost at a 10k advantage, almost a 30,000 net worth swing for Fnatic, and the heart now will be complete. Now he also has reached level 20 Fire Blast. Now, one interesting thing that I learned about this is Wraith Fire Blast actually partially goes through BKB, at least it's slow, but if you level for a reason, that's one thing. One small Wraith Kings actually just go for the 25%. Or however, Envy will. There's only one BKB, I guess, or two on Execration, and they're gonna smoke up now. They're looking to be pushing out the top lane. He has an arcane rune. He's heading right in. He's gonna go for the tier 4. Look at this. They're gonna go for tier 4s. The double refresher, the double wards, Aghanim's wards, and I just feel like Execration can't fight the game. Just beef it up. Abed does get doomed up. However, he does have buyback. Abed will fall here. No, he's still surviving. He finally respawns. The ward's doing work. The buyback's coming out as Tiny falls in the. These Pit of Malices from Iowa work as the throne will surely fall soon. There's nothing that they can do. PL tries to go in, but he's getting take this game. Look at these tosses everywhere. This is actually so clowny. It's like looking like a circus or something. He's like tossing people in. It's getting tossed back. G will be called by Carl. Dive the fountain here. We got the beefy boys. We're tossing heroes back and forth. What a clowny game. But Fnatic will take this game against X. They're going to be able to come back from this one. I mean, it was almost as bad. Like, I remember one game where Raging Potato was playing carry as they godlike on Ursa or something like that. But they came back a lot earlier. When this game, it was racks behind. They were like 15k behind. But just that one smoke gank catches out the Ogre. Rondo makes a throw play, and just like that, Fnatic come back. They take the game like it was no the game too soon. But we're going to enter a short break here. I'm going to read Twitch chat, but I'm going to put up the text and stuff like that. Just hang in there. Oh, that's not the right image. Where's my image? This is my text, and this is my editing my text. Hold on. Fnatic. There we go. Waiting next game. Well, alright. So let's see what chat has to say about this game. Hello, chat. LOL. F10. LOL. Of course, Nando throws. What a game. Alright. It's gonna chill for now for actually. Alrighty then, we are back for game 2 between Execration and Fnatic. This is going to be PGL Bucharest Southeast Asian qualifiers. Game 1 was pretty I almost expected an Execration throw, but not quite like it as it was about to happen. Because it's exactly what Fnatic did last time when they played against Execration. And this is something that Execration has to watch. Someone on the team that is constantly keeping tabs of the clock, and as soon as Roshan can spawn, they have to put themselves in a position where and if they are going to get caught by a smoke gang, they need to be in a position that can survive, not the ogre. Right? The ogre was important to that fight. He was there just caught. They weren't able to win that fight. They lost him, and Fnatic got Roshan. And from there, as I said, that's gonna be Fnatic's win condition. And he's just unkillable, and they can just exactly what happened. Now, of course, game 2 is different. Once again, I'm surprised Tiny I'm gonna give Tiny away to Fnatic. This is a hero we don't get to see too often because he ends up to ban other heroes, the Doom and Omni instead, and they're gonna let Tiny go through. And I think it's probably gonna be an NV Tiny. Any of the players on Fnatic actually. I think Abed played it, but on Execration they do. I think Raging Potato always makes a lot of plays happen on this. Off of track are key to not only coming back into up winning the game early on. If you can get so far ahead with track, you can really just with the items you're able to purchase. But we'll see what actually ends up happening. They are going for somewhat of a death ball strategy as it seems here. As well as Venge now being picked for their carry. Tidehunter as well. Master right now. He can win most lane matchups, and then he just gets tanky enough that he just front down lanes, and you can't initiate on him because he'll just ravish you. Once again, will pick up the Elder Titan as well as Bane. Now, with Elder Titan supports are Bane and Shadow Shaman, just because they have long lockdown. With Bane with the sleep as well. To synergize with the stomp. It's a pretty common support duo now in C. We see it all over the place, and a lot with my team as well. If you're wondering who I am, if you're just joining, I am Hachiko, Hachi Dota, any of that, but I am currently the analyst for Team Flash tournament, PGL Bucharest Major. They are playing on the we are going up against Geek Fam, who just actually recently lost 2-1 to Fnatic. But follow up their Elder Titan pick with a Dark Seer. So this will be Ohio's hero, and this is what they're these tanky heroes that will just build into aura items. They don't really rely on him playing like time again on like Underlords and like Dark Seer. A couple times, Not so sure. I haven't done so much research on Fnatic quite yet because we didn't meet up against them yet. But last pick or last ban. So they're predicting that Abed, actually it could be an Envy hero, huh? Main thing, Ember is going to make it hard for them to push, and of course there's always that combo there. 0.0 Secret managed and a crazy comeback with Ember. It's always a hero that you have to be afraid of in the late game, but we're going to out for Fnatic, and actually Fnatic going to go for a more early game. That Fnatic going to try to fight them early, very early on. They might just straight up lose the game. They're going to pick Ursa not only to fight early but also to lane against the melee heroes that does have a decent matchup against Tide. Now for the last pick, what can they actually go for? Pick something late so they don't completely double down on this early game lineup, but they also can double down on this early game lineup. I can see that. What are their other options here? I think they have enough with the Tide Hunter, but they want like that hero that actually jumps in, right? Because Tide is not a hero that jumps in. Hero with a blink dagger, because I don't want them to be too static. To catch this Darkseer, like he's gonna surge people and stuff, and it's gonna be hard for them to actually blade, but she prefers to have another hero as well, because Venge, I mean, she does get quite tiny that have a lot of burst damage. Bane, I'm sure it's not a mid Bane. Clowny. There's the sound. Alright, we're gonna head right into game. Win this one. I think Fnatic has it. I actually just like their draft a lot more. Queen of Pain is not good against Tiny. It's a Bane right now, but I'm pretty sure it's Abed. But Queen of Pain not good at Tiny. Not good at all against Tiny. And they're gonna swap it up. She can kind of deal, but afterwards, if she misplays at all, she's just gonna get Execration because they will need to snowball. I don't see them taking this to the late game. Tiny, and I mean Ursa is not the greatest in the late game. Well, of course Underlord, farm up. He's gonna be always split pushing out lanes quite safely, and we'll see actually what happens. And we're going to do the player. Raging Potato will be taking the Tide Hunter with we got Nando on the carry Vengeful Spear on the side of Darkseer. It's actually going to be around the Rosie next to their Abed on the mid Tiny, and playing the safe lane carry will be Envy, of course, on the Ursa with a nice blink daggers, or those are called. They're like daggers strapped to his arms. Attack, but it's an Ursa. But Abed gonna get caught. Slowing him with the Orb of Venom. They're gonna get the dual breath onto him as well. Should be fine. He's quite tanky. Did go for Stout as well as Ring of Protection, but they actually might be able to kill him here, and they will. Is out of mana, but has a Clary to heal up, and they're actually gonna give the. Did manage to snag the rune away from Yaj, or actually no, that's his own teammate. What am I talking about? Envy, I mean. But couldn't quite find it. Yaj, of course, gonna pull the creep wave head to head. Meta, Pylai die mid against the Queen of Pain, and as I said, Queen of Pain is pretty decent one. not even good anymore because how good a lane Tiny. Let's say Abed's gonna be able to free farm mid pretty much. In the bottom lane, we're gonna see bad, but he manages to juke away. He gets in trouble as DJ is chasing him down with the Iron Shell, and he will go down. Let's say in favor of Fnatic, as they only have 2 heroes down here, while Execration has 3. Slowed by the dual breath. Nando wants to get the stun off, and he will. They have dual breath again, and he's not fast enough to get away. Ohio, and he will. They have dual breath again, and he's not fast enough to get away. Ohio mid while we were watching bottom. Something, I'm not so sure. Maybe he missed. Never know what missed. I'm busy watching mid as there's just more kills happening bottom. As Raging Potato almost goes down. Nando is in trouble, but he's salving up. DJ is full. Being put on this bottom lane by Raging Potato, who's currently standing under a ward. Maybe a good time with his dual lane. Gonna talk to himself. So with proper regen management in here just fine, even just by himself at this point. But Bounty Hunter is making the rotation over, as well as maybe they can bait Carl in. Abed a little bit low, can't salve up quite yet. Instead, they're actually gonna sleep Carl into this, but Carl blinking forward again. He can't salve. But Range Potato, what a play, comes in, finishes off the kill. Pilot, I couldn't find the knight. He does trade his pretty much, yeah, it was a solo kill for him as Carl wasn't in experience range, and that's huge. Plays like that is what allows him to get so many levels early on. Now Raging Potato healing, or has healed up in the fountain after dying, and he's gonna head right back. That eye here. He's also level 3. He's sapping up. Potato kill, so they're about head in the top lane. Let's see how Ursa is doing. He's doing pretty well. He's not having fun, but Lumic did make the rotation up here, so he's gonna leave bottom to be a 1v. Not Pilot Eye. DJ is making. Why are they going to do this? I believe the tide was getting dove while we were watching mid, so that's why the Jakiro was here. It's the only thing that would make sense. He wouldn't TP here for no reason. But in the bottom kill onto Ohio, impressive play from him. He TPs away as well and survives. Back in the mid lane, harassing out Abed with the dagger. He did put 2 points into it, no points yet into the Scream of Pain. He's going to get his brain himself a nice arcane rune. I think he's just going to pick it up for himself, and indeed he will. On the top lane, Yash of the Jakiro will find a little bit of the same CS as Carl actually. This is not good at all. You can see that's the Tiny advantage. It's very hard to CS against a Tiny. It's up, and he will go down. A big kill there for Fnatic. On the top lane, Envy getting caught by the Ice Path as the Gush, but he's a little bit too tanky. He'll fall low, but he will survive. Raging Potato still playing. Or he didn't TP for Elder Titan. That's not gonna be fun for him. Abed though, Kilo build. Yash and Lumic putting pressure. Fine with this at this point in time. His farm not the greatest, but he's getting the levels and he's doing. He's gonna dominate the tide, but with the Jakiro there, it's hard. Ursa doesn't fare too well against like aggressive dual lanes. 2v1s. That's where he has a lot more denies than Envy, but his CS is definitely hurting. Elder Titan putting pressure onto him, but they don't really have kill potential under his tower, so he's going to be able to be just fine at level 6. I don't see Jakiro Tide killing him, but definitely able to pressure him. It's a volatile matchup where a kill definitely can happen on either side, especially with supports rotating. Jay make the rotation over to Queen of Pain. Abed says stack neutrals, he wants farm, but in the top lane we will over, and they will find the kill there onto Pilot Eye. DJ TP's in, gets the sleep there onto Yash. Doesn't want to get his damage reduced by the anchor smash. Instead, he's going to go for the easier kill, Lumic, but he's going to get slowed down by the gush. And now he will go for Yash, but I don't see him. He's chasing forward. A sleep does land onto Yash. He's waiting for his overpower. He does get it off, and he will score himself a double. Excellent rotation there coming from DJ. Let's see the fight recap. They did kill the... It's a double kill. Definitely complexity. Fnatic favored. Nando gets a stun there on to Ohio. He's in a lot of trouble here as the ice path also connects, but back in. However, he's a little bit too fast, and he's not going to die to the burn damage. Not having a good time at all, and this is actually... He seemed like a very solid player from all the games I've watched from him so far, but this game he's definitely doing too well, I gotta say. And I think that's just with laning against Tiny. Queen of Pain, right? I should be doing fine, but no. By the way, I do have a YouTube channel. I'm going to make a video on Tiny soon. It's going to come out sometime this weekend. So if you want to subscribe to my, if you click it down below, it's also, you can find it at The Art of Dota. That ends my plug here. Looks like Nando gonna shrine up. So ward placed here by Pilot Die. DJ soaking the farming experience down in the bottom lane. Ohio, who's actually kind of low. He is going for the helmet down build. Have to walk back to base. High CS in the game at 50. In the bottom lane, Ohio gonna get caught out. The Earth Splitter won't connect onto anybody. Sleep as Nando is gonna be focused down by DJ. Pilot Eye needs to get the brain sap. With a nice ice path, will secure the kill there onto DJ. So it's 2-for-2 trade. Say that favors either side of it. Grip. Does he have the brain sap mana? He will, but Lumic with 5. And Pilot, I think he can get the kill there. Unfortunately, Magic Wand saves lives. Carl, it's not having a good time. He just doesn't have the flash farming capabilities of a Tiny does. Scream of Pain, Tiny's just so good at farming. And it dies. And speaking of Tiny, Abed is looking for a gank here. He's trying to find Lumic. Decides not to walk back, but he'll probably walk back now, and that's going to be walking back into his death. And Abed, oh, he missed. He should have just walked forward, and he won't find the kill there onto Lumic. In the top lane, Envy getting pressure. Potatoes scouting him out. There's also a ward behind the tower here. Nando wants to close the gap. He actually will swap Raging Potato. Done. They're going to commit Ravage here as Envy commits his ultimate, and they will take him out. A lot of commitment from Execration for this kill. Fnatic, they're going to try to burst the Tidehunter with the Tide, and look at that damage coming out from Abed, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. It favors either side. If anything, it favors Fnatic because the Ravage having to be used there. He's on point with these sleeps. He gets the sleep, he gets the Earth Splitter onto Nando, and Nando now Raging Potato is the lone survivor. He actually went Phase Boots Bounty, huh? In the bottom lane, Carl trying here. The regen from Alive. And Nando using Sonic Wave can't find the kill there. Envy, TP's top. He has the Morbid Mask. They want to go for Roshan, but Raging Potato breaks their smoke. That's unfortunate. And now mid tower being pressured by Carl along with the catapult. Haha, joke's on you, and it's going to also clear up the creep wave. The Iron Shell. Execration looking to force push here with this 10-mana catapult. So, top lane, Yash as well as Raging Potato find a kill. A track kill actually. And here, no, the catapult already died top, so they're not going to be able to force the tower at all. Envy is back here as well, along with Pilot. A ton of damage here with the liquid fire as well as the catapult, but they won't actually finish. Tower will live for now. Raging Potato looking to scout out and play some aggressive. Who's going for Blink Dagger? This is Abed's preferred build on the Tiny, just so we can just utilize the timing combination, doing like 1,000 damage. DJ respawning will stack up some camps. If you've been paying attention with the chat wheel, and Envy will be going. The reason why you go for this build is Blink, but with the Mask Madness build, it allows you to have a backup mechanism, right? If you go for Blink and you go all in for trying to get kills and you don't find those kills, so Mask Madness, you're still gonna be able to play pretty aggressive. Go back and farm. There will be a 1-for-1 trade in the bottom lane. Lumic for Execration, so I'll say it's definitely. I'm gonna see the fight recap. Abed farming some ancients here. Are there stacks for him? There's stacks down here. Stacks that he asked for. So that's going to help get him towards his Blink Dagger. Oh, he's making the rotation into the top there. Raging Potato is here as well. He's looking to stalk out. It'd be easy. He does have his ultimate. That can remove the track. And oh, they already do so much damage to him. Wow. He still has the ultimate. He runs away. Nando, not very farmed on the Vengeful Spirit. We're going to open the net worth. Tiny does. Right, unless he gets completely dumpstered in the lane. Finds himself at the top of net worth. But with the DD rune, Carl actually manages to take out the mid tower. Abed shows up. And Carl going to deny these creeps as well. Super annoying. We see Envy. Straight up getting ravaged again. Abed finds enough gold for his Blink Dagger, and Raging Potato scout. But he's really fast with the phase boots, and he does get away. Pops a track there onto Envy. Gonna get chased down by Ohio and DJ. That was the sleep. That was the Earth Splitter, and he's not doing too hot now. Well, but his farm is suffering. He doesn't really have much to show. He's currently behind his offlaner, so you can see he's not doing too great either. I expect him to be a little bit further behind. With all Envy is not that far ahead either, so Envy's about halfway to his Blink, but he has what he needs. With Mask of Madness, you're gonna be able to farm up, right? You don't want to just straight up rush Blink because you have no option. Raging Potato is always in the right spot with Bounty Hunter. His Bounty Hunter is sick. Now this is a player to watch for. It's no big surprise. They kick out RR, fortunately, for Raging Potato as the 4 as they get Bimbo back. Raging Potato gets the attack onto Pilot Eye. He's going to slow him with the dagger as well. The track comes out. More track gold for Execration. Their Vengeful Spirit there, unfortunately, so another death on non. What you want to see your Venge. He's basically gonna be a support at this point, and they're gonna rely on Carl, who he started out with 2 deaths, but he's definitely come back, and he's come back strong as he's almost that tower kill. He hasn't got any kills himself, but I mean, he's definitely. It's actually quite impressive for Carl to be able to do that. Space that was created by most notably Yaj and Lumic in the top. Get out and is clearing out the mid lane for Nando to come back. Do a fair bit of damage to the tower in mid, but Carl finding himself a illusion rune. Fortunately, the courier is still dead. Dom though, actually, he started with a Hood of Defiance, and now he's heading straight into Hell on the Dom. And alright, aim is to get this queen, Orchid, and she needs to snowball. Again, I mentioned in the draft. We just go in there, hop in, chase for kills, and abuse the ability to kite their. So and chase down for targets, because actually these heroes are hard to kill. There's Surge, and he's also naturally fast once he builds into a Sange and Yasha. Back, and they have the Queen of Pain Blink, so she's going to be the assassin for Execration, while the Venge is tower pushes, as well as potentially initiating near that. Now Raging Potato gets caught out here, and he will go down. Immediate smoke follow-up from Eternal on here with the Shadow Blade, or the Mask of Madness, I mean. This is space created. He will go down here, and this is going to buy time for Envy to get Roshan. Carl is really low, already has the Orchid, so he's made quite a comeback. Will take Roshan. Piedeye tanking the rush, just so going to Fnatic. And he's building into a Pipe of Insight, so deciding otherwise, gonna finish up the pipe. We'll hope against the Darkseer as well as the Tiny combo. Raging Potato catching out DJ here, who TPs away, but Carl makes the rotation in. That's for Raging Potato. Envy will move away. He suspects something as he sees Yash coming with this sentry, so he's gonna run himself away. He does have his blink dagger now as a courier. Piedeye die. Good game so far, but he's still the lowest net worth, as Piedeye tends to be. Nando waiting. He sees Piedeye walking all the way from this ward here. He's gonna camp him. Now Piedeye actually gets to sleep out onto him. Yash still scouting out with the Invis rune, and catch off the kill. It's gonna be 2 kills going to have that Aegis. Oh, they're trying to steal this ancient stack as Raging Potato is so fast. Yeah, that phase boost. He's farmed. Oh, he's farmed indeed. All this track gold, and Envy jumping in onto Yash. They gush him as well. The Surge will speed Envy up. He's a kill Yash. Yash will actually go down. He doesn't Ravage. He doesn't want to Ravage an Ursa with Aegis. Nando, the next target, and look, Envy is running super fast. Oh, look at the dead bear. Dead bear. Darkseer Venge Illusion, interestingly enough. Swap gonna just bring Envy back to the high ground here, and they're not gonna be able to catch Nando out. They're trying to chase him down. They will get. Look at that! And that's gonna be 3 kills for Fnatic. And with the Aegis, they made Darkseer. The Surge made such a big chase. Sure, Queen of Pain was able to get away, but the rest of the team weren't so lucky. They're just trying to make a mad dash. Take out Envy's Aegis. Oh, back over here. I hear an Atos. Who the heck has an Atos? DG already has an Atos? What? Get caught out. The Ravage cancels the stop. Sliver of 30 HP. Now, what a well-timed Ravage. It will take out the Darkseer, but he's looking to fall as well. But no, the lifesteal, he's sustaining here the kill. In the meantime, Abed tosses Lumic on his teammate there. Raging Potato, a little bit greedy, comes back in for the live, or he could have lived. He did heal himself up sufficiently with the Spirit Vessel, but it just still wasn't enough. And it's going to be 3 kills for Execration right after losing. Was Ravage expended, so everything kind of evens out, honestly. I would say Execration, they're not completely counted out in the late game. They're getting farm. I can see them win this in the late game. Venge is a late game against Tiny, relatively low armor hero. He's going to need to build that Salt Cures, but at this point, Abed is just in with the combo. The Fiend's Grip comes out as well. And Abed, with the patient plays, waited for Nando to walk too far forward. Now he's going to TP. Again, he has to be really careful. He doesn't have a way to get rid of the Atos, and oh no, he's stuck in spot. They get the stun out as well for DJ as Envy comes in as well. They secure the kill there onto Carl, and he just didn't see that one coming. Immediately after the kill, bottom. Good bottom lane to mid lane. killing 2 cores. Now there's going to be an Invis rune here. The bottle, right? Oh. Just going to save it for now. Raging Potato scouting out. Going for the tanky build. This is so common. I see it a lot in Southeast Asia. We see this on Dooms. We see it on Omni. Hood. And then you get or Crimson Guard Pipe, rather. And just make everyone unkillable. And we saw it last game on the Underlord, and it definitely worked out. So, Raging Potato. Still scouting. He's gotten a lot of kills. 5, 4, and 11 on this bounty hunter. And he wants to get the trap. See a sleep onto Yaj, but no follow-up. Pilot Eyes, level 20 game. Getting the levels, but he's still spending all his gold on that. DJ can have a of Atos. Now, the game is slowing down a little bit as Yaj help kite the Ursa. There's already a 4-staff on Lumic as well, so in terms of supports, Lumic's a lot richer. A lot of that has to do with all the kills he's gotten, but also the track. Bounty Hunter, I expect him to buy a Force as well. Oh, he already has one. And he also has Ghost E-Blade queued up. That's something. Pilot Eye suspects Bounty Hunter in the area. Wastes the dust there. Now Nando, 4-staffs forward. They are scouted out. To Nando, he pops the BKB, but to swap the 4-staff away, Lumic Force. What is this? The kiting ability, and they also have the extra move speed from the trap. Find a single kill. In the meantime, though, Carl is split pushing, building towards a BKB. He actually has it, flying to him on the courier. Envy running all the way bottom to steal this arcane rune. All right, that's such an Envy play. Top, I'm running bottom. Getting the arcane rune, not letting Quap get it, and then he's going to push out bottom as well, as it is under pressure from Raging Potato. Going to run, not feeling safe anymore, is going to back off. Now just by Pilot Die, Sanj and Joshua also complete onto him, and he's all close to a BKB, and 4-staff forward. Ravage hits onto 4 actually, barely clips Abed on the back there, but they like 2 or 3 heroes, but script gets used onto Carl, but no damage to follow up. Pilot Eye in trouble. Execration play there. Holy crap, that 4-staff Ravage. You don't often see a 4-staff Ravage be that successful. And with that, there's no surviving for Fnatic. A triple kill for Carl. 4 dead, and look at the fight recap. Old swing. 7,500 experience change win there for Execration. They're going to transition that right into a tower. Bottom lane, the creeps pushed as well. So, a huge win. We're going to see if they can actually close out. Really good for them last game as well. And unfortunately, they just ended up throwing. Abed, the lone survivor of that fight. But that I looked a little bit scary for Execration for a little bit, as that was Ohio, but they just didn't have the damage output. His BKB off and got bursted before he could do anything in that fight. But now he's gonna head into Roshan. Raging Potato already. He has to be a little bit careful as Fnatic heroes are coming in, but Envy already taking so much damage, so they're not gonna focus on him. They don't want to touch. Getting caught out by this, brings him away. Uh-oh, 4-staffed the wrong way. Once again, the vacuum wall comes out, but only will hit onto 1 this time. The sleep gets used onto Yash. She doesn't have Ravage for another 30 seconds. Buyback comes out from KB, but he blinked forward too aggressively next round with the Empower as well as Enrage. And now Yash will fall. The running into his demise. Is this? But he does force himself to high ground, gets slept. He's gonna be able to kill him. That's another kill for Fnatic. A dieback for Raging Potato. Now Nando's in a lot of trouble. He's not gonna be able to outrun these heroes. He tries to swap. Vacuumed back. That's 4 kills for Fnatic. That's gonna be Roshan as well. The Vengelution trying to kill Envy, but it's not going to do it. Now Envy heading in. Roshan will finish it up in a Execration. Lumik, the only survivor. Well played from Abed. Now Pilot. He's looking for something here. He's building into an 8th. That's going to be Aegis and Cheese. That fight has to go to DJ. He got a really nice sleep. Potato. He couldn't avoid it. The force staffs weren't on point. He panicked a little bit and got forced back in. I think he could have lived there for sure. So it's Execration. They just stall, keep the tide alive, and stall for 30 seconds as the Ravage wasn't up yet. And if they can stall Roshan of contesting it. But unfortunately, this didn't go well for them. They lost Raging Potato, and then Queen blinked too close. And from there, everything was. Now, whatever advantage the Execration gained is completely lost, and it's going to be a dip in gold there. A huge mountain there. That's Mount Everest. Mount Everest, but maybe the Himalayas. Smaller mountain in the Himalayas. I can't think of another name for mountain. It's a bunch of chain. For free, unfortunately. Anyway, Fnatic looking to play aggressive. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a target they want. He's the one with the Ravage, and he does get slept up. They're going to focus him down. He's forced to use Ravage to save himself, but he's off the kill. That's Ravage wasted. And where is Fnatic headed? They're heading straight in the high. And I don't know what Execration can do to defend this. Tide dead for 60 seconds, and if he does respawn, he doesn't have Ravage. They're going to toss out the track onto everybody. Potato in, but he will get the force staff away. He's also phase boots, and Queen was safe, but Nando tried to swap him and actually swapped him into his demise. Now tossed in, he gets Fiend script up. I mean, the BKB not going to help him there. Himself aggressively, looking to catch more heroes. Envy does go down in the back for Fnatic. Abed wants to toss more heroes back. We got a game as he's diving the foul, and the Ghost Scepter will save Raging Potato. Is Envy actually gonna die? That's not a good usage of cheese. Okay. EE Dota. Cheese to assert your dominance. Can't get another set of racks because they don't have tier 2s or even a tier 1. It's one set of racks down, but if last game was any indication, so let's see what Execration can do to come back in this one. They didn't have to use any buybacks other than Raging Potato previously, but I bet it's just going. You can just burst Yaj here. The force stats will save him for more. Raging Potato. This might be a bit of a debate. Envy. Nando is in a lot of trouble. He will swap Lumik in. Lumik has a force staff. Now Envy maybe getting debated. The ice path doesn't connect. Carl blinks forward with the BK. Ball. Pyodai is next. He is getting tracked up to track onto DJ as well. Fnatic throwing this one. They will get out on the rest of the heroes, I assume. Earthsplitter going to thrown out on the retreat. I bet he might just kill Carl here. He gets rooted up. No escape, and playing a little bit too aggressive, but get caught out. Yash trying to close the gap, but Ohio is back, and he is. They might be in a little bit of trouble here. Yash is in no man's land. He does have a comes in with the DD rune with DJ. No, DJ is still surviving for now. He will finally die. The Crimson Guard actually kept him alive there for so much. Coming back in, he's quite tanky. Doesn't have mana for Ravage. He actually is just going to gush Ohio, standing in the wall of replica. Going to be another kill for Execration. That's a 4 kills. Track that around. They lose the bottom racks, but now a huge throw from Fnatic. Execration. What is happening in this game? Lumik is on the high ground. That's purposeful because he's trying to ward there. You have to break the tree to get this ward off. The only way you can get it is you can break She needs some ability, but they saved the Ravage there. That was 4-man. Track gold. Holy crap, Raging Potato has a freaking... He's also about to get level 20. Which I don't know what that's insane. But with all this track gold, Nando is catching back up. He's not having a good time. Unfortunately, Carl... But I would say at the end of the day, definitely still worth it there for Execration. AC, much needed against this Venge minus armor. Gem picked it up from Fnatic. Now, Execration will have to deal with this bottom lane being super creeps. We aren't feeling too bad now after that. For Fnatic, next Roshan is the play, of course. Envy went for this Sanjin Yasha build, so look for them to just play safe for now. Savage. They don't want to get caught out, especially when Roshan can spawn very soon. Quite yet, still another minute, but after that minute, any time could be a fast spawn, it could be a long spawn, so they definitely don't want to risk that Aegis. It's going to be pretty hard for Fnatic. They're kind of burst heavy, I would say. Definitely the Ursa, because he's so easily kited now with the track, with like 3 4-staffs, 4 4-staffs. I mean, I don't see Envy getting kills unless, you know, creation off guard, which they've done. It's how they've gone to where they are now. And Ohio has the Crimson Guard as well as the pipe. Instead, he's going to go for the Shiva's Guard. And Fnatic, feeling strong, is going to group up. They're going to take tier 2. And Execration not going to defend, which is actually a little bit surprising. I feel like they might be safe because they don't want to lose a major fight, especially a major fight with them using Ravage, because that could just be game. Some map control to Fnatic, as well as giving away their to have a chance to defend or hold out. If can go for the mega creeps. Fnatic's positioning. They're just going to play in this bottom area. A free lane to push down bottom along with Carl. As if they give away this tower even. And Raging Potato takes safely, and yeah, I don't think anyone from Fnatic will go bottom. If anything, they're going to maybe send one hero bottom, walking bottom, waiting for Roshan. Pilot Eye is literally waiting in the pit with a Shadow Hamlet. Priorities here, and Carl and Nando actually afraid as Fnatic back off from bottom, and Ohio probably will be able to defend this. Deny it? Nah, it's just gonna leave it live for now. There's no reason to deny it. And on to Abed. He did toss Yaj into his team, but they can't burst. They waste the Earth Splitter, so they're not gonna spawning for another 2 minutes, so it will come up cooldown again. So that's just fine. They scare X to deal with the creep waves pushing in top, but at this point, the game's kind of even. I can't count their cards quite yet. Raging Potato continuing to scout, picking up bounty runes. He's gonna go for a against the Bane. Surprising that's his item build. See like a hex or something out for him. I think that would be sick. Oh, he might just change it up. It's gonna be a smoke from catch this Venge, which is a big issue, but he does force away. The Ravage comes out, but now the Fiend's Grip comes out onto him. Nando will fall. He does buy back immediately. They know they need to take this fight. The Ghost Step and Queen of Pain in trouble though. She gets tossed in the air. So much damage coming out from Abed, but she does. He will get taken out. Nando, the buyback is worth it, as they might just as well. A double kill for Carl. That's going to be a 1 for 3. Definitely worth it. All track goals for Execration once again. And Abed not up quite yet. and Lumik will have to go bottom as healable damage. Ranger Potato has been the star of this game. It's rare to have so much impact on a game, right? Usually you think Bounty Hunter, he get gold, he protect, but this Bounty Hunter, he is super farm at this point. Ranger Potato is, for God's sake, he's the second most farmed hero on his team. Now Lumik pushing out the bottom lane. They want to force out Fnatic buyback. Of that, I think with DJ and Ohio they can stall. Roshan will spawn now and they're gonna go for it. Buyback, he had to use it, and he did go for the Vengeance Aura, which I've seen some carries Vengeance go magic missile cooldown, and I'm surprised he actually does. No other heroes he needs to buff up with the Vengeance Aura damage other than himself. Maybe his carry Bounty Hunter, the true carry. I don't know, but Raging Potato for himself here. Ohio still going for that Shiva's item progression. Hasn't bought anything in a long time. Has a lot of gold save gem here. And Raging Potato still has their. He has to be a little bit careful here. There's a Sentry Ward combination. If he walks, and is he gonna go for what the heck? Alright, what a cheeky play for him there. Doesn't manage to get it, and he will get himself out with Roshan was really important. The reason is, look at this. Refresher cheese as well. And this is a huge Roshan for Execration. This is the Execration that could potentially win them the game. Now, what they need to avoid, I guess, for no reason and then dying again and then not having buyback and then losing the game. And the reason why I say that, I wouldn't say that if it was any other team, but that's pretty much what he did. Last game, if you guys didn't catch it, he was like a tiny with a heart, and he just runs straight into, I mean, pretty much through the game. So they need to avoid that. But other than that, now, can they brute force a fight on Fnatic? I still don't think so. They need to find some type of opportunity where they can catch Fnatic to this 4-man Ravage they got here. He does have Blink now, so he doesn't have to force Ravage anymore. He can initiate with Blink. But Fnatic playing very safe. They're pushing out the waves only when they know that Execration are DJ and Ohio just sitting in the base. Because they can lose Envy, they can lose Abed, but if DJ dies, or DJ does have buyback, it's gonna prevent. Having this Spirit, Satchel Spirit, stomp the wave is so important for them. Are the base defenders, and the rest of their team is going to be the split pushers. And with this split push, it's actually going to force a huge wave top. And I don't know, this is throwaway from Execration. They're going to go for it. Our top racks, we don't care, but they have to. And finally, they're going to TV back Lumik, and he needs to be a little bit careful. Tiny, not going to go for the kill. I think Lumik a little bit too tanky. But they will lose to tier 3 for pretty much nothing. They don't even tier 3 bottom. Them in the game for now. It's gonna be DD though, spawning in the top rune. Abed. Oh, he has a lot of gold, but not gonna spend any of it, so he has progressed in items for a while as well. Envy is the basher. And what is DJ gonna pick up? He still hasn't bought anything. It's 4,000 gold. Yeah, and for Ohio, no item progression on him either, so buying any new items for a long time now, like at least 5 minutes, because they want to save for buyback, whereas Venge now has a butterfly, a Shiva's Guard, I believe this is his most recent item, or Lincoln Sphere. But he does have a Mjolnir queued up, and he almost actually has it. Yaj, new item that he has. That's it for the item check. Of course, we want to check. Doesn't have buyback because of cooldown. I did just buy out, and Bane doesn't have buyback, so no 5 position buy. Yeah, everyone on Fnatic that pretty much needs to have buyback has it. So I don't see Execration being able to end the game, even if they get a wipe. Force Fnatic in a bad position. It doesn't even seem like they're behind. It doesn't seem like Execration has Aegis and cheese. Seems like Fnatic are the ones with the Aegis and cheese at this point. Constantly forcing Execration back to deal with the lane of Rack's bottom. But I think it just goes down to Execration not having the heroes that can push up the lanes as fast, right? And if you notice what DJ has been doing, he's just consistently. And of course, Darkseer also very good at pushing out waves without putting himself at Lumic. 50 gold per minute talent. Has a Vlad's as well to buff up the Venge. It's quite beefy as well. Fnatic moving out of their base as they know the Aegis has to play a little bit more aggressive, but they've already been playing quite aggressive. You're going to see 3 toss charges, so we're going to see some tiny juggling. That's always funny to see. Carl, level 20. Scream of Pain, Fear, which actually can be. And it looks like Execration not going to. And they know we're in a good position, and they still have a chance for a late game. Figure out and do anything insane with their Aegis cheese, and they're going to hold on to it. And they're going to wait for the buyback on Nando, most likely. They're definitely not going to very soon, but he doesn't have the gold. He has 400 more gold. Smoke purchased by Pilot Die to play aggressive. DJ still hasn't bought any new items. Has 5,000 gold saved up. Abed as well as 6,000 gold saved up. And I guess I don't. This is something that pro players do by get gold, they spend it. But the reason why they do suddenly an item they really need, they can buy it. They don't want to buy a piece of an item and then regret it later on, right? They'd rather buy the item full out. But we're going to see Abed get caught out here, but they do get the swap off. And Abed will go down dead for a huge pickoff for Execration. DJ will, and he's still saving up his gold now. I'm looking at potential items he can buy. Ohio did probably a Hex, but he won't have enough money for Hex buyback for him buy anything. Envy did, so you see there he had the Basher, so there's no point in buying like a component and just having it sit in your base or whatever. For some reason he wants to not buy Abyssal and like, whereas like if you just buy the Vanguard, you're stuck. It's gonna be a Dagon build already purchased and ready to go. He doesn't have buyback though. He has a DD. They gave him the DD from Nando, and they come in with the Ravage onto 3. They have the Refresher Ravage as well, and this might be game for Execration. The buyback is forced, but there's no buyback. They're bought out, and they're gonna go straight for Throne. The buyback's forced out from Abed, but they're just gonna refresh. Looking to Rat. What? Alright, he will TP back, but can get focused. There is the second Ravage from Yash. Abed, he doesn't have buyback. He's in trouble. Envy immediately buys back. They do have the cheese, the Ghost Scepter, as well as the Butterfly. Thrown this. Execration's gonna take game. Execration, they will take out Fnatic, evening out the series 1-1. What immediate Hex, taking out the only defender for Fnatic. The Ravage, killing Bane, and that sealed the deal. Without the supporting heroes on the side of Fnatic, Abed and MVP of that match, a freaking player. Look at his farm. He's had the game-winning play was made because of his Hex. Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened. Well, I'm going to take a short break until we enter the next game here. But hope you guys enjoyed that one. That was definitely a crazy game, and Execration actually beat back too. Fnatic was quite ahead. I mean, it was a bit of their throw, and then Fnatic I mean, I guess whoever takes the first racks loses. Alright, I'm gonna read chat here. What's up? I am Cuban and I like Dota 2. Otaku, thanks. Hey. Say. Delay. Good to have you back, Caster. Oh, thanks for watching, people on YouTube. I like that. Not getting as many viewers as yesterday. This is whatever, man. I'm just casting, chilling. It's probably the only. I might cast another game. I think this depends. Let me check the schedule here real quick, and I'll turn on the crap again. The text. Well, I guess. So I'm Hachi Dota. Hachi God is my Twitch name. I have a YouTube channel called The Art. You can click it down below on Twitch, or you can just search it on YouTube. I want to watch Twitch, but YouTube daily. I haven't been keeping up with that, but there's gonna be make guides on Pugna, and I'm gonna update my stream so you get a discount code and stuff like that as well. So hopefully it's gonna be the next promo code BSJ. I don't know, promo code Hachi. We'll see where that goes, but I have like 4 guides on there right now. I got a Bane guide, a Venge guide, as a Lich guide, and I might be able to get a code for 1 month free for you guys. But if you want to check out my guides, they are on Pugna if you have a subscription. But other than that, just maybe we'll watch a.
Spirit Q plays from jabs you boot.
Alright then. This is Hachi Dota, and I'm casting this series against Fnatic in PGL Bucharest Major 2000. Because that music was too loud, I think I burned out my ears. Don't listen to music. But anyway, this is gonna be game 3. The series is tied 1-1. What Geek Fam? Yeah, I think Geek Fam is really good. By the way, we're watching Geek Fam versus Mineski. They just got taken. But yeah, the reason why I say TNC didn't look stable is because they looked like they're actually gonna beat them, and they barely came back. But Mineski, Geek Fam, so I'm not so sure. It can still go either way, but anyway. That's a different qualifier entirely. That's ESL or Star Ladder. This is PGL Bucharest, or is that Star Ladder? Hold on, I actually want to know now. No, it was Star Ladder, yeah. Where is this? Season 4? That was Star Ladder. Anyway, this is gonna be Execration versus Fnatic. And we have some picks coming in now. So Execration start off with Doom Nix and C Classic, especially with the Filipino teams, of course. It's gonna be played 4, so it's gonna be a Raging Potato Nix. Raging Potato has been the star for Execration. Carried game 2 for sure on the back of his bounty hunter with like every single fight, pretty much every single kill that Execration got was a track kill. Game 1 he was also throwing, not really throwing, it was more of a team thing. He got, it should have been like his team being prepared for that smoke rather than him just walking into it like that, right? Not too much. Blade pick coming out, a second pick for Fnatic, so they're going to start off the draft with a core pick. This is of course an NV Classic. He's also the draft. He's looking for a win in this game. I mean, Fnatic draft to win is this draft right here. They get Shadow Shaman and Terror. Exactly how they're going to win the game. They know what timings they need, what farm they need, and they can win the game. Nice to draft like that, because for example in the last game with Execration, like how are they going to win that game? You don't was getting a pick off onto Abed, going high ground, what was it, DJ into a Hex, killing him, ravaging Pylai Die, as well as I mean, you can't plan that out, but with a hero like Shadow Shaman, you literally go, okay, we stall the game out, get refresher orb that he purchases himself, end the game. It's pretty simple. That's what they did game 1, and Terrorblade, of course, really good at going high ground. Once he gets strong enough, he just summons a Lucian army. If you're not strong enough to kill him, I mean, you just kind of lose. Here to Terrorblade, the I mean, did I say Tinker to Terrorblade? What is a Tinker to Terrorblade? Counter to Terrorblade, and Batrider also gets taken out here. Execration already have that position filled, so why would they ban? That's just weird. Unless it's like a 5. But this time around, we're not going to see out. PL also gets taken out as well. Fnatic is known to double up on the illusion heroes, so Execration doesn't want to deal with that, and they're gonna get a has an AoE attack speed. Will deal with the Terrorblade illusion. Terrorblade, but it's a way of dealing with him. Now, as for Fnatic's follow-up picks here, base creation hero that can fight early on, or they can actually they decide to do, but it actually will be a slaughter pick for DJ. It's a hero we don't see too much, but certainly time. I've definitely seen him picked there in the C region. Armor, really good at going for Roshan, which is a key. It's just, I mean, he really loves Rosh. The slaughter is just going to make it easy. I mean, I've seen Fnatic win so many games with plays at Roshan, and going to get the slaughter. Now for Execration, their draft has good pickoff potential with Nyx Assassin as well as Doom. Now, what they're just lacking is an answer to this Terrorblade, a true answer to this. I would say it can go with a variety of heroes. Bad, something like Sven, but that hero's kind of that hero's too bad. I don't think they pick that. I don't want to pick like a Luna. Something like that would get countered by Terrorblade pretty hard, and actually will be a Razor. Wait, now hold on a second. That takes out the illusions. Am I correct? Or I'm just crazy. For some reason. Oh, I gotta check here real quick. I actually don't. I think that I'm just pulling something out of my ass. I don't know where that. Razor also. I mean, if I'm just crazy, Razor's good again. The thing about Fnatic is they always run Terrorblade and like that, which is weird. No, it's not gonna get rid of illusions. So I want I thought that. Fiend for Fnatic. Yeah, as expected, I would think they would pick a less greedy. And Shadow Fiend's really good actually. With Slaughter, he's actually scary. With the Presence of the Dark Lord combined with gonna hit like a truck. And of course, the Terrorblade's gonna be insane as well once he gets his farm up. For laning stage so far, just from all their picks, I mean, the Razor is, or whatever potential Ohio hero, because these slower, like clunky offlane heroes for Ohio, like this game, and Razor, of course, going to fare well against that. But I am predicting that they're going to shut him down early on. Or there's also potential for Razor to go mid. He doesn't do too bad against Shadow Fiend as well, but I'm pretty sure that safe laner or the carry the side laner, any of that. Now for Fnatic's last pick, they're going to hold off on Ohio's pick for afraid that the Shadow Fiend might be banned out. Queen, and they already banned that out, so they're not really afraid of Abed getting countered. Now it actually might be an Ohio, but I really don't think so. So for Ohio, it's a pretty bad matchup against Razor. I think Underlord wouldn't be that able. They already have Shadow Shaman Slaughter. Underlord does provide the Pit of Malice, combined with decent disabling, and we saw that in Game 1 against Execration. And I think it would pretty good here as well with the auras, Terrorblade Illusions, and Crimson Guard, and he has a very bad matchup against Razor. So if that's what Execration decides to do, really crappy lane. I mean, he did have really bad. We'll see. I don't think Fnatic want to lose the laning stage again. They've already lost laning stage. First game, they're able to come back. Second game, they kind of came back to be a Centaur pick for Fnatic. And again, but it will give them some more mobility, which is really good against a hero and Dooms. And then you just Centaur ultimate, you run away, disengage, and you just wasted Doom. And if you look at Execration's lineup, they don't have Nyx Assassin and Jakiro, but against Centaur ultimate, they usually can just run as well, so they don't need 4 steps, they can just run at max move speed. His last pick here, it will be a Carl OD. Now, Carl is scary. We'll see how he matches up against Abed's Shadow Fiend, but I would say the draft is even. So Fnatic has the easy win condition here. I mean, they have the tanky initiator on the as well. He's going to provide that minus armor. He also provides the AoE stun. Execration's draft, it's going to be really hard for Fnatic to fight them. Terrorblade is going to get melted by... I mean, Terrorblade is going to die. Couple of hits to the OD. He doesn't have much mana to work with, and OD burn through all of Terrorblade's mana. Same thing with the Shadow Fiend. I feel like both of Fnatic's cores are kind of vulnerable to this OD pick. Can get online. He definitely can just straight up carry this game. Now, Razor's job is not to carry the game, but it's to win the laning stage. It's to shut down, predicting Nando to head into Envy's lane, and then they send the Doom against Centaur. Doom has a pretty decent matchup of the burst coming out from the double edge, but he can't hold. Be a Raging Potato Doom, so it's not going to be a Doom offlane. Forget what I just said. It will be Yash on the Nyx Assassin against the Centaur. This actually is the better matchup, in my opinion. So we'll actually see. But it will be an awesome, and considering how much farm Raging Potato has been getting on his 4-position heroes, it's not going to look too... What was this camera? Hold on. We're going to head right into game 3 here between Execration and Nando on the Razor. He's start build. Lumic will be on the Jakiro once again. We have Raging Potato on the offlane Nyx Assassin, and Carl on his OD. Now for Fnatic, we have Envy on signature hero for him pretty much at this point. Shadow Shaman will be played by DJ. A little bit. DJ will be taking the Shadow Shaman, and Piladai on the 4-position hero on Centaur War Runner, and Abed will be playing Shadow Fiend. Now the Razor getting this ward off really early, small camp. I've seen this ward placed from time to time. It's just so that you can get vision of this area. With I see a dance from Carl and Yaj. Carl's a little bit better at spinning. Got like the perfect spin off. Raging Potato already blade, so it actually will be an aggressive dual lane Nyx Assassin Doom. So they're actually gonna send Razor against the center in this matchup. Ohio waiting in the trees, looking to cut the creep wave. His ward is really good at spotting out, make sure that he's safe to do this. And this patch is just silly, right? Because support, and at the same time, offlaners are just going to do this. So I wonder when a team is going to be next level and they're going to have both supports actually. I guarantee you we'll see that eventually. Raging Potato gonna get caught out. He's gonna commit the Metamorphosis, and they're gonna get first blood. Envy getting the Yash will back off. They did mess up the creep wave, but with DJ here and did they start here and they stopped the pull because they didn't get the pull off? They did mess up the creep wave though. We were busy watching bottom. Ohio is gonna lay it into Lumic. He did cut the creep. What did Razor do to recover? He actually will pull the recover. This is interesting. Razor gonna take the lane for now, and I think it was a bit of an unnecessary center tower, and then it's gonna push back forward again. The top lane with no Metamorph. There's the wave pushing in as well, so both sides gonna get a pretty decent off lane going. Wave again. Let's try to steal some of these creeps, and a really messy lane here down in the bottom lane for Nando. And this is not really what he wants. He really should get, but this is the nature of this patch. Even snags the rune. Lumic wants to block and get this rune real bad. He will beat him to it, even with the boost and some auto attacks. Now as for the mid lane, looks like it's actually significantly in the favor of Carl. And Raging Potato blade used onto Piedai. He may actually be able to kill him. No, actually no, he's too fast with the Guardian Sprint, and he's just gonna back it off. He got a really nice Arcane Rune blade and Satyr Blast. Just be careful. Gonna imprison up Abed. No, you gotta be careful, dude. If he turns around and double damage, actually, Abed will be forced to salve up. Almost another Satyr Blast. That Arcane Rune being put to good work there by Raging Potato. Once again, I mean, he's just. And they might even actually kill Abed here. Raging Potato doesn't have the mana from Abed, and Raging Potato over. Go down. Abed with another salve. Gonna heal right back up, but he's still. But that kill will be huge for him. He's able to CS against Carl. So once again, at cutting creeps. But this is not what Razor wants. But he is getting decent farm. Yeah, in the top lane, so each side's mirroring each other's movements as right now. But Fnatic is. But the gold is going to be in the favor of Execration. Raging Potato hit an Infernal Blade onto Piedai. It seems like Carl after that kill, I mean, he's like, yo, you give Abed souls, I DC. And he's doing really good here. But it's going to get stolen by Ohio. It's going to piss him off. Has made the rotation, and Carl has to be careful. He's running into a trap. Lutrina rocking a hard place as well. Imprison Ohio. Can he TP? No, there's no way he's getting out of this one. Another big kill there for Fnatic. Yeah, a lot of free space here. Envy pops Metamorphosis, but still unable to contest here with Yash. He'll try to deny with. Bottom lane, they're trying to do some damage to the tower. Gonna find some time to actually get. Raging Potato comes in with the Infernal Blade. They're looking for another kill here onto side. Piedai come from the right. He does have boots, but here comes DJ coming forward with. They get the stun as well, and Carl. Raging Potato shows up. 3v1, my friend. And he's going to get stunned up. That's the raises coming out from Abed. And that's a double kill for him. Lumic also showed up here, but Ohio. Mid lane. And Nando shows up mid as well. I'm getting Steam notifications. Sorry about that. Actually, some important details. But Ohio snagging up the DD rune. Nando. Carl was owning mid, and now all of a sudden he's completely even with Abed, and of course behind Abed in. It just shows how good he was doing in lane, and I just all started with. Now they're not in a bad position, I would say. It's still very even with Fnatic getting 6 kills, just because kills don't really matter that much in this patch, honestly. They're definitely not in a good. There's Farmer's Tower. Abed push the wave out and go jungle. Raging Potato makes the rotation top. This is what you'll always see Envy do. Dominate the lane, get. Also use it to like farm a stack here, for example, but there's no stack right now. Pretty much as Raging Potato already ate the creep. But this just pretty much makes it so we can lane. This is what a lot of Terrorblade the lane. I mean, if you have Metamorphosis, use it. No reason to keep it on cooldown. You don't always just save it for kills. Metamorphosis for a kill. But enough of that. We're gonna see what happens with Nando here. He's still doing very well against Ohio. Full 2 levels ahead. OD. Absolute free farm, and that is troubling. And Envy just shows a good understanding of this hero. He plays the PvE game incredibly well. Too as well, and that's one thing that is different in the tower at all. He's more so he doesn't want to get ganked, right? Nando is a lot, so he's able to play a lot more aggressive lane, and the stacking for Abed. He's just pressuring the tier 2 without much. Sorry, I bumped my mic a little bit there. But Carl, but actually, it was just surprising. We saw this in the last game as well. Doing well against Abed early on. This game he was, but he did end up dying. Completely caught up, and I mean, just hitting all the CS, not missing a. Go for a gank here onto Ohio. They almost kill him. And meanwhile, Raging Potato blades into Envy's face. Pylite Die has his Tranquil Boots. For some reason I was about to say phase to this push in the bottom lane, and it seems like Nando's a little bit too strong right now. They don't want to TP into him and just tower, so they're just gonna let him do his thing. Low push as the creep wave of this travel so take the tower too quickly, and they are dwindling it down though. It's Pylite Die. An illusion rune is gonna be able to use that to continue. Envy has to be careful though, as DJ to harass Envy there, and he just pops Morphs as well as the 10-minute catapult. This tower, but in the middle phase, he's gonna go force die, and they're just gonna push the wave in. Yeah, but boom, and they're gonna chase him down. Carl gonna actually make the rotation over. I don't with him continuing the TP there. No reason to. Meanwhile, in the top lane though, Envy did secure the tier and just farms it up. Continues to get really good at farm mid in the jungle. So what the heck? There's 0, 2, and 0. Abed has 4 kills, and they're still even. Do lane creeps give that much more gold? Because Abed is missing out on some lane creeps to farm jungle, right? He's hitting every single creep in lane. I haven't seen him farm every single creep in lane, and it gives him more gold in jungle. Are you kidding? And I mean, today I learned this is actually big. Anyway, Abed gonna raise Carl. I don't know, back off. He'll survive in the jungle. Finally, Nando takes out the bottom tower with a DD as well. Just for some extra survivability. And the Shadow Shaman, of course. Every creep this time. Lumic clearing out the head of Abed now. What in the world? This is crazy. Yes, but because Abed is farming. And like all these denies early as well, so like like for sure. From Fnatic, very cheeky smoke. Like a CDEC or like a Chinese. I forgot what Chinese. Newbie, like they make this play and they go behind the tower. They place a execution. Will avoid it though. Very smart. I knew that this might be coming, but oh now. Whoops. But actually, it will. And Pilot died. No, Pilot actually dies to the neutrals. Abed takes it, gets taken out in the back. Envy will. So it's gonna be a 3-for-1 trade. They did lose Carl, but it's a decent gold change. They did have to use the Doom there. Now they're and they should take this tower themselves as well. Morphosis on Envy. And there is just gonna farm it up. Blast the wave. Nope. He's too scared. Gonna back off. He was just there just posturing. Dagger, he's about halfway there. Farm in the jungle. And at the same time, Carl. That's the one thing. So since lane, and of course it's a lot easier to farm than like these like big creeps, right? It's actually mind blowing. I want to actually do the insane that Carl literally has 4 kills, but like because he was 8-0 as OD, and he's still keeping up in farm with Abed. So ideally, like in the way that Execration would be only is because Nando is able to farm in lane and Carl is able to farm, and a Shadow Fiend want to go to the jungle and they can't farm in lane as safely, right? If they show in lane, they're gonna get picked off. Up in farm, the score is net worth right now. Lumic will get caught up. What? 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 Envy actually. Abed blinks in too deep. That was just a jabate. Now Abed is dead. That was like. He got blocked, or so. Envy sent the. Use like the directional move or whatever. Ends up dying. It's being even, but this whole time Carl is farming up and farm, building towards a. Did that here? Yaj has a Midas, so he's set up on a Nyx. He's ready to roam. So as a Nyx, you pretty much want to get your Midas, and then you can roam, stay off the map. Look at the damage they're on to just to make sure no Sunder was going to come. As well as Carl take out Envy. Something big from them. You want to pick heroes. Lane. Oh. Guy gets picked off here. Of Souls, a Doom was used there on. And Execration. For 2. They did use the Doom. Coming back in the game a little bit. And we got Spirit Vessel. Potato. The wave again, getting this creep. And Envy heading to the jungle. Going to be given the lane just to make sure he gets his blink dagger. He's top. I think he wants to put pressure. He will allow Pilot Eye to do this. How do he... Yeah, I just solo kills Ohio casually. I did not see that coming. 1v farming up the Ancients. Ancients give decent gold though, so we'll back away from the top lane a little bit to the Hurricane Pike. Green Potato is actually incredibly farmed. Fnatic. Abed is still farming up in the jungle, going for a BKB as his next item pickup. DJ, the Aether Lens queued up, has already the recipe actually. It's pretty, but he's definitely committed towards this. Get your wards off without getting picked off. Rated as a Shadow Shaman. I think it's actually now. Charge is Yash, Invis. Put pressure on the bottom tower, maybe force them back. Execration, not really sure what the creep wave top, and they're going to go cutting the creep wave with his illusion, and the rest of Fnatic looking to Jay might be heading right into a Nexus. Boom, and there's the blink forward. Gets the stun there onto 2. Now Abed is here. Gets imprisoned. Gonna save him from the tick. And oh, Abed couldn't quite get the raise off. And now 3-man stun. This might be bad. Onto Abed. They're gonna run to the shrine. Get to the shrine. Envy does show up. Didn't commit. Potato is in. He's a little bit ham here. Dying. Now, oh, this is bad. Crows of Hazel and Lumic peels for him, and he does get a trade. I don't think it's worth it for Execration. They did use their Doom there. That, however, they do get away on Nyx Assassin, and I guess Duma is. They also have Metamorphosis, Fnatic, Crows of Haze as well, and can Execration contest this? I don't think so. They already use the Sanities they use with an overcommitment from Execration. Fnatic. This first Aegis will allow them to farm the map, delay the game, and make sure that an early win. Now Josh getting slowed down by the Terrorblade illusion, but there's no Metamorphosis. Unfortunately, took tax off Envy. What? Game saving, I don't know, but he does. His DJ is still alive. They lose Yash. Gets the raise off, and they can't take out. That's the illusion or whatever it was, reflection off. And so is Radiant Potato. They're full HP. However, these heroes are too. Wants it, but they're right next to the shrine. Or are there? He's greedy, but he's not that greedy. He's gonna back away. So that one trade, 3 for 2 if you want to include the Aegis. So Fnatic, honestly, but they get allowing Envy to farm freely because he wants to be able to farm lanes. So without Aegis, he has to be. He's definitely in trouble. Speaking of being up, they even commit the center ultimate. They're here on to Lumic. He's going to be a secondary kill, and even without Doom being there, they see Doom bot too. And now Nando, whoa, pre-clicked that one onto Pilot Eye, prevents the stun from coming out. He saved his own life there. And now they're going to drop the Serpent Wards on mid. They're looking to take this tower. His souls. He does have BKB. Everyone's respawning, and they're going to back off. They find a finds initiation there onto Raging Potato. Envy has made the rotation over. He wants. Envy was enough, and Raging. Now Execration is starting to bleed. Lumic clears out the Serpent Wards along with Carl, or by the Sanj at least. This is for Carl to get some extra farm. He really needs to save it up in these fights. He's gonna die, but he's going for blinds. Shadow Shaman say, well, it's not gonna help him against. Maybe blocking the Corrosive Haze, also breaking Linken's other than Corrosive Haze. In the mid lane, no follow up here. He's just going to send in some harass, some mana burn, and a stun. Lane pushing. Now, as for Fnatic, they're very happy with how the game is going right now. As for Execration, they're really dependent on Carl. Still keeping even in farm with. He's always in the right spot, knows where he needs to be to get the farm, and be a hero that's going to threaten kills. Aggressive here without dying. Now Piedai gonna blink forward, pops across. Lumic as well as takes out a tower in the bottom lane, and he does have the whole team with him here. And now Nando has to be careful. They're forward. They get the stun onto 2, head straight into high ground. These 2 heroes do have buyback, and they will be forced to use it. Or from Raging Potato, Carl gets caught with a reflection, and they have to take out these used by Abed just to make sure he can get away. Everyone back as well, and back in. There is a BKB on Envy, and they're looking with the fake back play. Can they find someone? Walk up, buddy. They're afraid they don't want to go for him. Find a meaningful catch. Piedai gets onto the high ground. Right now, Razor's still dead. They don't want to start. They get their Sentry Ward staff now, so it's going to be a lot more survivable. We'll have a way of popping Link. What Carl wants to go for, but anytime soon, so he won't want to save for buyback. As for Ohio, getting up this, it's going to be a major counter to the OD. Potentially, I think Fnatic have a real chance. Quite worried for Execration. To prevent Fnatic from getting this next rush. Right, that's the main thing. If you got the Aegis and Cheese, take the prolonged fight is OD. Because otherwise, they're kind of. Other than that, like you. In the fight for a long time, and he's gonna. It's just insane amount of damage. Of course, they also have maxed out presence of the Dark Lord, and just die. I mean, you're not surviving. Whereas, like, if Execration, like they can, they have BKBs. They're not that afraid of the OD anymore. Josh comes forward. Said by Ohio, he gets stunned up and taken out. Off onto Pilot Eye, but will force to Envy, but he's already popped his BKB, so they're not going to be able to kill him. And now Abed pops his BKB as well. Carl, though, will lay in the damage. He gets disarmed. He drops the charge as well as the Envy goes down. They hold high ground. They did have Execration still. They'd have to commit 2 buybacks. Nando had to come back as well as can be spawning in like a minute or 2. I would say not that big of a deal for Fnatic. Envy got a little bit cocky there. backed off, like sundered someone. The racks and got punished for it. And they didn't even do any damage on the racks at all, actually. Gonna be spawn actually pretty short timer. They or Envy can respawn. However, they have a very Abed with the boots of travel build. Now the rest of Fnatic making sure they don't get picked off. It's really critical that they don't for them to win this game. And they're just gonna stay back until Envy respawns. Now they're gonna move back. Gonna scout out the Rosh and seconds. He should scout it out. Gonna won't know Rosh is up, but they should of it spawning after he left. He can't afford it, but he 400 more gold. 400 more gold. Block it, but they have a lot of ways to. Has no one checked Rosh yet? It is up. Up these BKBs, OD is the problem, so Assassin scouting out. Ohio gets a smart blink away. Piedai will do it for sure, I believe, as OD is showing bottom right now. And Fnatic will sneak this one. And I say this is big for Fnatic with this Aegis to force a high ground siege. The thing is, they did wait for the next cool game a little bit, just farm it up a little bit with Aegis or Execration. Buying time for this OD as well as get his buyback. True late game. I actually think surprisingly enough, I think Terrorblade as a monster late game. I mean, OD is no slouch, and when these BKBs start running low for Execration, I can see it. But of course, never count Shaman lineup, and that's why Fnatic, or what happens, these two heroes can win the game. Get these heroes to the enemy base, and Yaj did. He's going to be scouting out now, but he has to be careful. Expect never mind. There's a gem on Pilot Shrine now. There is a ward placed as soon as Pilot makes his way over. And Ohio still to BKB. NV has a hurt. Looking to go high ground. He has Metamorphosis up once again, and they're gonna get here. A little bit scary that he just punches Envy, scare him from going high ground, but Envy hasn't used Metamorphosis quite. Stunned up. Oh, now the stun used. Just gonna get blown up by the Requiem of Souls. Doom comes out onto Centaur, gets caught by the Ice Path. He does have the Sunder. He needs to use it on. Oh, he's gonna tick down. No, he sunders off the Aegis though. For Yaj, Doom was committed, and I think Fnatic heal up Envy. They did use their cheese, but they still have the Aegis. Surprisingly enough. Now, Carl actually gonna wanted the boundary rune, but he's like, who picked it up? And he and Piedai super fast, nice reaction from Carl. Gets the Hurricane. Lay in with the auto attack as well as be over, but not much. He's gonna take this nice farm mid. Has healed up, and he's gonna force back the bottom lane. As for Carl, execute up still, and if he wants to have it and buy back. If you look at the cores on the side of Fnatic and the cores on the side of Execration, Fnatic at this point isn't that much actually. I mean, one fight. And nice ice path there. Perfect. Or he can get his stun off or pass his BKB, but I don't think it will matter as the damage from Envy. He just gets taken out. No buyback on him. Now will be okay for now. He doesn't have to secede the bottom racks towards mid. They can't actually go for the megas as there's Potato getting caught by the reflection. They will. She actually gonna buy back. They're smelling. And that's Aegis will expire and Fnatic will back off safely. And it's a bit of an unnecessary buyback there from DJ, honestly. But we'll head just straight top. Ahead 11k now. Yaj scouting out, but he has to be careful. Remember, all the way bottom. He doesn't know that, however, so he's. Carl TP communication, which will allow Envy to get his BKB off. Abed gets is imprisoned by forward. Will get the kill down to DJ. No, Envy again with the defensive Sunder. They're just gonna disengage. Doom was used once again, but as you saw there, the Centaur pick working up so every time the Doom is coming out, they're committing the Centaur ult and they're just running the heck away. Carl will buy. As for Raging Potato, he really farmed, but he's not feeling the impact because of this. And of course, all these heroes also being very tanky, and even Sunder potentially even being used. He does have BKB to get away, but that's a BKB charge. And Execration are. I don't see how they come back from this one. It's going to take an amazing play because they have pretty slow building hitters as well. Just defend, and you know, if they do throw, but I just don't see how. They just play on their metamorphosis. Envy is just too strong. They second pick this Terrorblade, and Execration really don't pick any true counter to Terrorblade in the late game, right? And they just wanted to like try to end early. But we'll see. I mean, if OD can find the real Terrorblade without like dying to illusions, it can kill Envy for sure. At this point, Ring Potato closing on to his BKB. He also has a Lotus. I mean, once again, he's more farmed than Highlight Eye has a BKB of his own, so they have 4 prepared to deal with this OD every single fight. Next for Sean to respond is very far ahead. They don't want to do anything crazy. Roshan, and he's picked up. It is building towards a Hex of his own to Hex on both sides. Hex is an OP item, by the way. It can't be. Even though Doom has a Lotus. It's pretty ridiculous to imagine that. TPing back to base as the creeps are coming in, and these creep waves are Execration. Now, Execration can push out these waves, particularly Doom can get level 25 and maybe Infernal Blade if your waves are constantly pushed out. I think actually he's gonna go for it. the damage isn't their problem. I mean, they need disable. Yeah, constant problem for them. Killing racks like this. Really move around the map, farm to his heart. And he's getting up there and farm as well. He's going for the Agnums. I'm just all inning on someone and then bursting them, but with the center ult, like if Fnatic's heroes are just allowed to live, even Envy and his illusions will literally just kill everybody. That once that corrosive haze gets used on heroes, like they're just next will be completed by Abed. Actually, for going buyback. Just head straight into Rosh with the amount of control they have on the map because of these. And as a result, I think Execration. Now they're gonna smoke up. They're gonna head straight down mid. Actually, Envy will head top, and I think they onto the throne, similar like the first game. Lumic. And just for any potential wards, Pied-Eyed looking for any hero that is overextending. They're all now. Abed will reveal him to Scotty, I believe, before ending the game. Safe. Don't take top racks or top tier 2 for now. God. Will the DD rune to spawn top. Funny thing is, he's literally waiting for it, like, and he's like, I'm gonna with a DD rune. The range. He's literally just sieging the tower from so far away. They will try to. Now the double wards committed top. Actually, I don't think this is necessary. Everyone's BKB'd up, which means. From Josh, but it's not going to mean anything. This DD Terrorblade is too strong. Look at Rampage for Envy. He wants a double ramp. Give him a double Rampage. Yo, Carl, just let him. Just come on. No fun. Game 3 against Execration. GL Major. Actually. Flash. By the way, if you don't know who I am, I am the analyst casting series. I will be casting that series tomorrow. I will be casting that, and as weird cast because I have to also like do fully give you. It'll be more of a chill cast, more analytical. And just stay tuned. Follow on Twitch, whatever. Follow on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube for that tomorrow. But phase. But I don't care EU Dota. I am a C boy. The comments here. Envy. Where do you find in a table and a chair? Nice meme. Remember, core Nyx will never win in this game. Yeah, I don't like the core Nyx. Well, the Doom pretty much transitioned into first game. This is the third game. It's over. What WTF schedules a fight? What other tournaments up now? Yeah, PGL Europe is going on right now. Star Ladder is going on right now as well. And hope to see your name soon in broadcasting list. Yo, this guy's a true homie. Way cat go. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream now. I don't think I'm interested in casting in these EU games. I'm not an EU Dota guy. I'm a C and I'm an NA Dota guy. So I'll see you all tomorrow. I will be casting. So stay tuned for moments up now. Yeah, PGL Europe is going on right now. Star Ladder is going on right now as well. And hope to see your name soon in broadcasting list. Yo, this guy's a true homie. Way cat go. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream now. I don't think I'm interested in casting in these EU games. I'm not an EU Dota guy. I'm a C and I'm an NA Dota guy. So I'll see you all tomorrow. I will be casting. So stay tuned for more and peace out stream. It's up now. Yeah, PGL Europe is going on right now. Star Ladder is going on right now as well. And hope to see your name soon in broadcasting list. Yo, this guy's a true homie. Way cat go. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream now. I don't think I'm interested in casting in these EU games. I'm not an EU Dota guy. I'm a C and I'm an NA Dota guy. So I'll see you all tomorrow. I will be casting. So stay tuned for